Hey everybody, it's Casey Williams. I'm a really big fan of the Subaru Crosstrek Wilderness that I drove out in Utah last fall and tested recently. But not everybody needs 9.3 inches of ground clearance and all of its enhanced off-road capability. If you really just need a vehicle that has the look and feel of the Crosstrek Wilderness, but you're really going to drive it more in the city on the highway, this vehicle might be better for you. It's the 2024 Subaru Crosstrek Sport Edition. Let's go have a look at it. The Crosstrek Wilderness looks really, really cool with its black wheels and all of its body cladding. It looks really mean and menacing. And the Sport Edition does too. You know, the black grille, the trademark Subaru grille up front. I like the big fog lamps down below and all the black cladding here. And even the gold accents echo the copper accents on the Wilderness Editions. 18-inch black alloy wheels. Again, you don't need the off-road tires. Those tires are just fine for light trails, snow, and everyday driving. I like this here with the vents and the cladding as well. It all looks really cool, looks real tough, and it is actually functional. If you get on a light trail, you can do that. This has 8.7 inches of ground clearance versus the 9.3 inches in the Wilderness. This is more than enough ground clearance for almost anybody. Unless you're really going to get seriously off-road and start driving over boulders, this is enough. It'll certainly get you through deep snow and get you to your favorite fishing spot. Come around the back. I like the look again. I like more of the gold accents. The lower diffuser look, again, just really menacing and tough looking. It's not a power hatch, doesn't need to be. I really like what Subaru does inside in the cargo compartment too. You get the rubber insert. You know, if you're out hiking, you're out biking, you're out swimming, whatever, you can throw your gear in here. It's not gonna get your car wet. The seats do fold down, split fold. You can get a bicycle in here really easily. You can get all your luggage in here. And there's also enough space inside for 4 people to be pretty comfortable too. But I just like all the things that they do to make the car very useful in everyday life. The Sport Edition has much of the look and feel of the Wilderness inside as well. It doesn't have the faux leather seats, the vinyl seats. You know, we went with cloth instead, but these are fine. And I like the gold accents on these too, and the logos and stuff. Looks really cool. These are heated up front. Oh, again, you start tapping around again, kind of this carbon fiber look, and it's rubberized. Again, nothing feels cheap. It's not overly expensive feeling, but it does feel like a vehicle that you could go use, taking the kids, outdoor activities, and just wipe this thing down when you're finished. I like the black piano finish around the shifter. The big touchscreen, tablet-style touchscreen. The last couple of years, these have been a little slow on startup. This one seems a lot better. Seems to react much quicker. Very easy. You got wireless connections for Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You've got wireless phone charging down below. The Wilderness has Harman Kardon audio. This does not have Harman Kardon audio, but the stereo sounds pretty good anyway. But I really do like the controls. So you can voice activate it. You can use the touchscreen for most controls, swipe screen it. Pretty intuitive. Even the switch for the auto stop start is right there. Automatic climate control, dual zone. And if you don't want to go into these menus, you still have proper volume and tuning knobs, which I always appreciate no matter what the system is. And then you've also got temperature controls here for both passengers and defrosters. So you can get in this car, and even if this boots up just a little slow, you've got manual controls, including the seats, for just about everything. I like the nice thick leather-wrapped steering wheel, like the clear gauges. And the thing about Subarus is everything just feels very solidly made. The seats are comfortable, they're supportive. You sit in them, for hours and hours and hours, be all right. And again, I like that there's enough space in this vehicle to get 4 passengers in pretty comfortably, 5 in a pinch. And everybody's going to be safe. Subaru really focuses on both crash structures for the body, but also for adaptive systems and crash avoid systems. So it does have adaptive cruise control. It's got automatic emergency braking. It's got lane keep assist, blind spot warning. It has lane centering steering, rear crosspath detection, pretty much everything. And on this model, they added a third camera to the eyesight crash avoidance systems up here. And that allows the vehicle to automatically do emergency steering in the worst case. So a full suite of crash avoidance systems in a car that ends up being relatively affordable. So one of the things I really like about the Sport is you get the same larger, more powerful engine as you get in the Crosstrek Wilderness. It's a 2.5 liter horizontally opposed 4-cylinder. Delivers 182 horsepower, 178 pound-feet of torque. Gas mileage is pretty good too, 26 miles per gallon in the city, 33 on the highway. So you get a car that's got enough power for basically a jacked up compact hatchback, and you get pretty decent gas mileage, up to 33 on the highway. So I think that's a pretty good combination, and with standard all-wheel drive. And this vehicle is pretty capable on top of that too. You've got dual mode, X mode, which has an extra snow and mud mode to kind of claw through the snow and the mud so it doesn't get stuck. Also has hill descent control, So if you're doing some steep inclines and doing trails off-roading, it can handle that. You just tip it over the hill and then let it manage the brakes and the throttle. So some pretty sophisticated systems, again, what's really just a jacked up compact crossover to most people. But I really have enjoyed driving it too, and this is one of the things I really like about Subarus is model to model. I have an Outback Wilderness. I can get out of that vehicle, get in here, the dashboard, the steering wheel, the infotainment system, it all looks basically the same. It's the kind of stuff that Volvo and Mercedes used to do back in the old days. Basically from model to model to model, and everything's very comfortable and very consistent. And it's really nice if you've got the same brands in the same household. Also nice when you're trading vehicles because you're pretty instantly comfortable inside this car. Transmission, that's not one of my favorite things. It's a continuously variable transmission. It kind of whines and screams. But it does have, when you put it into the pedals, it has 8 preset gear ratios. So if you want to shift yourself and have the feeling of a normal geared transmission, you can do that as well. So it's pretty cool. But the rest of the things that I like about it is the suspension has a lot of compliance. You got tires that absorb the shock. You can just rumble over rough pavement. Again, the suspension calibration, tires, everything is really designed for light off-roading. So if you go on a trail and it's a little bit rough, this vehicle is calibrated to handle that. Boy, that makes it really nice too, though, when you're driving in the city, you're driving on the highway. It really is a pretty comfortable ride.